Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. And on Friday Feels, it's all about dating, love, and relationships. And we have Nicole Moore, who is basically a love coach. She has Love Works podcast.
Yes.
And you say in your bio that you help women create true love with top 1% man. What is the 1% man? We want to know.
Sitting right here.
Exactly. So it's an amazing, he's an amazing man. So somebody who is spiritual, somebody who is grounded, somebody who is centered, somebody who is on purpose in their lives, somebody who has, the outside aspects, they can be handsome, but really good within and really able to love. A lot of people are not able to love. A lot of people are afraid of love. A top 1% man, he is ready.
So how do we find that top 1% man? After like first date, second date, those conversations don't come on date 1 and 2. You know, we find out on paper, okay, he checks this box, this box, this box, but to have that deep, meaningful conversation can be tricky. So how do we get straight to the point? We got the rest.
Well, first of all, you got to check in with your intuition because your intuition always knows. We get into bad relationships because we ignore the red flags. It's not that we don't see them, we just ignore them.
Yeah, they hit me in the face and I'm like, no, that wasn't one.
Seeing
No.
stars now, it's fine.
It's interesting though, because sometimes I think, is that a red flag, or am I just not giving this person a chance because they're not traditionally the person I date, they're not really my type, complete opposite of my ex, so maybe I think, oh, this isn't a red flag, they're just different.
So there's a difference between, some people have their checklist, right? Like, this is all the things I need in a man. But I tell my clients, look at what's coming from your heart and look what's coming from your ego. Because if you're picking a partner to satisfy your ego, I think I need a rich man because then I'll be safe financially, for instance. It's different than, I have a certain lifestyle that I love. I have a vision that I love. And I think this kind of partner would help me fulfill my vision, you know? So I think it's important to figure out why you want the things that you want in a partner, and are they coming from your heart and not from your little checklist in your head.
But what about the culture? I mean, our culture, especially in Los Angeles, it's not exactly designed for long-term relationships, right? So how much, is it your environment versus, because I think I see a lot of my girlfriends and they're beating themselves up like something's wrong with me. And I go, you're just in kind of a culture that's not really made for a relationship. Like, where do you tell your clients, like, okay, if they want that top 1% man, should they be looking in a different environment?
I think you can meet them anywhere. So I'm a big fan of manifesting the love that you want, meaning you draw it in by how you're being. So I agree. Most people think dating sucks, right? It sucks to get rejected. It sucks to get ghosted. It sucks to really like a guy and then he turns out to be really crappy. But you do have control over your dating experience. Now, here's the thing that where most people get it wrong. So anything else, like if you went to a buffet and you wanted to eat a salad, you wouldn't sit there and go, there's pasta here. Oh my God. Like, you wouldn't get mad at all the other things that are there. You would just go look for what you want to eat. With dating, we get mad when we see things that we don't want, like a bunch of crappy guys in a row, and we don't focus on what we want. So if you're going to get a top 1% man, you have to mentally focus on the prize, on the goal, and let go of all the guys that you're seeing that are not it.
Focus on the salad.
Yeah. Exactly. Who cares if there's pasta?
What advice do you have then on letting go of that person if they're not that 1% man or woman? I mean, what's the best way to politely and peacefully say,
ghost, just
thank
ghost.
you.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't ghost. I would just say, listen, I took the time to check within, and I really don't think we're a match. Because if you say I took the time to check within, you're showing that person you really did consider them, you really did care, and nobody can argue with that. I checked within, we're not a match.
Like, you're a scumbag. I'm never going out with you again.
No.
So I know there's another conversation out there, which is like, if you want to attract and be or meet the 1% man, then you will also probably need to be the 1% woman.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so 1% woman, first of all, emotionally fit. So a lot of women, I really love you ladies, and I used to be this. I used to not be able to sleep at night if a guy didn't text me back. Wow. And I was so anxious, and I would like break bottles over tables when I got mad at a guy. It was bad. But a top 1% woman, she's emotionally fit. She's not throwing her triggers all over men. She has the ability to feel within and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to speak my mind if you do something that upsets me, but I'm not going to throw my triggers all over you. A top 1% woman is confident. She knows her value. She knows what she's bringing to the table. She's not looking to a man to validate her. So I think it's emotionally fit, grounded in love, not showing up in fear. And also loving men. If you're dating men or women, you have to love the opposite sex or the desired partners. You have to actually love, not just try and get love for yourself.
So true. I love all this. It's so true. I mean,
What was the biggest change you made in your personal life to secure that 1% man?
Okay, well, when I started my love coaching business, I was in a relationship that I thought was my soulmate. He was not. He ended up being an emotionally abusive, we'll just say on the narcissistic spectrum. When that happened, I realized, why am I doing this? I was already coaching people at the time. People were married because of me at that time, and I had this relationship that went really poorly. And I realized the reason I attracted in that relationship was because of what I call my inner little girl within. So my childhood, I didn't have happy love programming. I had the opposite. And I realized if I don't heal within, I'm going to keep attracting the same thing on the outside. So healing within got me a love that is pretty much everything I ever dreamed of.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. And congratulations on getting that 1% love. Please tell everyone where they can find, follow, and work with you.
You can find me at loveworksmethod.com and at Instagram at Nicole Moore Love.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.